Hello everyone, and welcome back to Rare X Coin, the channel where we uncover hidden treasures hiding in everyday pocket change. If you enjoy discovering valuable coins, rare mint errors, auction records, and fascinating coin history, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin that could be sitting in your own collection. Top 5 first up. Today's spotlight is on one of the most misunderstood coins in American numismatic history, the 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark. At first glance, this coin appears completely ordinary. Millions of Americans have carried one, spent one, or stored one away for decades without realizing that this single year marked one of the biggest changes ever made to United States coinage. To understand why the 1965 Washington quarter attracts so much attention today, we have to travel back to the early 1960s. America was facing a serious coin shortage. Silver prices were rising rapidly, and people began hoarding silver coins because the silver inside them was becoming more valuable than their face value. As silver disappeared from circulation, businesses and banks struggled to obtain enough coins for everyday transactions. The United States government knew something had to change. Congress responded by passing the *** Coinage Act of 1965 **, one of the most important laws in the history of American coins. This law completely changed the composition of the quarter. Before 1965, Washington quarters were made from 90% silver and 10% copper. Beginning in 1965, the silver was removed from regular circulation quarters and replaced with a copper core covered by layers of copper nickel. This created what collectors call a clad coin. Because of this historic transition, the 1965 Washington quarter became the very first circulating Washington quarter struck without silver. That alone makes it an important piece of American history. Another unusual decision made by the United States Mint added even more mystery to this coin. During 1965, 1966, and 1967, the Mint intentionally removed mint marks from circulating coins. Officials believed collectors were saving coins based on mint marks, making the coin shortage even worse. To discourage hoarding, no mint marks appeared on quarters struck during these 3 years. This means that every regular 1965 Washington quarter was produced without a mint mark. Many beginners mistakenly think the missing mint mark is an error. It is not. It is completely normal for this date. The obverse features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above Washington appears the word Liberty. The national motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the left, while the date 1965 appears below the portrait. The reverse displays the traditional American eagle standing proudly with outstretched wings while clutching arrows and olive branches. Around the edge is United States of America, with quarter dollar at the bottom and EPLURIBUSUNUM above the eagle. Although millions of these coins were struck, condition is everything. The Philadelphia Mint produced more than *1.8 billion ** quarters dated 1965. That enormous mintage explains why worn examples remain worth only face value in most cases. Yet collectors know that surviving coins in exceptional condition become dramatically rarer. Many quarters entered circulation immediately. They passed through cash registers, vending machines, banks, and pockets for decades. Every scratch, nick, and worn detail reduced their collectible value. Today, locating a flawless example is surprisingly difficult. Professional grading companies evaluate coins using the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor 1 to mint state 70. Even a small improvement in grade can significantly increase value. A heavily circulated 1965 quarter is generally worth 25 cents. A lightly circulated example with strong detail may sell for $1 to several dollars. An attractive uncirculated coin can bring anywhere from $10 to $50, depending on eye appeal. Gem quality examples, graded MS-65, often sell between $50 and several $100s, depending on market demand. Coins graded MS-66 and MS-67 become much scarcer and frequently sell for several $100s or even over $1,000. The finest known certified examples have sold for several $1,000s because collectors compete fiercely for top population coins. But ordinary condition is only part of the story. Now we enter the exciting world of mint errors. Mint errors occur when something unexpected happens during production. These mistakes can transform ordinary coins into valuable collector's treasures. One popular error is the doubled die. During die creation, slight misalignment may produce doubling on letters, numbers, or Washington's features. Genuine doubled dies are scarce and can command substantial premiums depending on their strength. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. If the blank planchet is not properly positioned beneath the dies, part of the design may be missing. Mild off-center strikes are collectible, while dramatic examples showing the full date often bring much higher prices. Collectors also search for broad strikes. These occur when the retaining collar fails to hold the coin during striking, allowing the metal to spread beyond normal dimensions. Broad-struck quarters have a distinctive appearance and attract strong collector interest. Die cracks are another fascinating variety. As dies wear out, cracks develop and transfer raised lines onto the finished coins. Large die cracks and dramatic die breaks are especially desirable. Some coins exhibit clipped planchets, where part of the blank was accidentally missing before striking. These unusual shapes immediately attract attention and often sell for impressive premiums. Lamination errors happen when impurities or flaws exist within the metal. Portions of the surface may peel or separate, creating unique textures that collectors enjoy studying. Strike-through errors occur when grease, cloth fibers, or other foreign material comes between the die and the coin during striking. These create missing design elements and unusual patterns. Among all possible discoveries, one stands far above the rest. The legendary ** 1965 Washington quarter, struck on a 90% silver planchet, is one of the greatest modern mint errors ever discovered. Remember, regular quarters in 1965 were supposed to be made from copper-nickel-clad metal. However, experts believe that a few leftover silver planchets from 1964 accidentally remained inside mint equipment and received the 1965 date. These accidental silver quarters are extraordinarily rare. If you ever suspect your 1965 quarter might be silver, never clean it. Instead, check its edge. Normal clad quarters display a visible copper-colored stripe around the edge. A genuine silver planchet quarter has a solid silver-colored edge with no copper stripe. Weight also matters. A normal clad quarter weighs approximately *5, 67 grams **. A genuine silver quarter weighs approximately *6, 25 grams **. This simple difference has helped identify several famous rarities. Authenticated examples have sold for thousands, and in exceptional cases, tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Another remarkable error involves wrong planchets. Occasionally, quarters were accidentally struck on blanks intended for other denominations. These dramatic mint mistakes create coins with unusual size, weight, and appearance. Because every wrong planchet error is unique, collectors eagerly compete whenever authenticated examples reach the market. Professional authentication is essential. Companies such as the Professional Coin Grading Service and Numismatic Guarantee Company verify authenticity, assign grades, and encapsulate coins in protective holders. Certification provides confidence for buyers and sellers and often increases marketability. One mistake many beginners make is cleaning old coins. Cleaning may seem harmless, but it often destroys original surfaces that collectors prize. Even gentle polishing can create tiny scratches visible under magnification. A cleaned coin may lose a significant portion of its collectible value. If you discover an attractive 1965 quarter, hold it only by the edges and store it safely in a non-PVC coin holder. Never use chemicals, abrasives, polishing cloths, or household cleaners. Another factor influencing value is eye appeal. Two coins with the same grade can sell for very different prices if one has beautiful natural luster, strong strike quality, and attractive toning. Collectors pay premiums for coins that stand out visually. Auction history also shows how competitive the market becomes for exceptional examples. High-grade certified 1965 quarters regularly attract spirited bidding because registry-set collectors constantly seek the finest available coins. Whenever population reports reveal only a handful of top-grade examples, prices can climb rapidly. This is why experts always encourage careful examination before spending old change. Although billions were minted, only a tiny fraction survived in superb condition. That combination of high demand and extremely limited supply at the highest grades creates impressive market values. Many valuable discoveries happen in unexpected places. People have found collectible quarters inside inherited collections, forgotten piggy banks, estate sales, old cash drawers, bank rolls, antique shops, flea markets, and family coin jars. Sometimes the rarest coin is hiding where nobody bothered to look. When examining a 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark, pay attention to every detail. Check the edge color. Look carefully for doubling. Inspect for die cracks. Watch for off-center strikes. Measure the weight if possible. Study the overall condition. Search for unusual color, texture, or striking characteristics. Every one of these clues could reveal something extraordinary. The fascinating thing about coin collecting is that knowledge often matters more than luck. Most people see only 25 cents. Collectors see history. They see manufacturing technology. They see economic change. They see hidden rarity. And sometimes they see an opportunity worth thousands of dollars. The 1965 Washington quarter represents much more than spare change. It marks the end of America's circulating silver era. It reflects a national economic challenge. It introduced a completely new metallic composition. It carries one of the most unusual mint mark policies in United States history. And it continues to surprise collectors with rare errors and remarkable auction results. So before you spend another 1965 quarter without a mint mark, examine it carefully. That ordinary-looking coin may simply be worth face value. Or it might be an outstanding mint state survivor. It could feature a rare mint error. Or, if fortune truly smiles upon you, it could be one of the legendary silver planchet rarities that collectors dream of finding. Thank you for watching Rare X Coin ****. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next rare coin discovery. Share this video with friends and family because the next valuable coin could already be hiding in someone's pocket, coin jar, or old collection. Until next time, keep checking your change, because history and hidden treasure are often found one coin at a time. Next up, where ordinary coins reveal extraordinary stories. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden treasures, valuable mint errors, and real auction prices. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because we upload exciting coin discoveries regularly. The 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark is one of the most searched modern American coins. Every year thousands of people search online hoping they have found a rare treasure. Some believe every 1968 quarter without a mint mark is extremely valuable. Others think the coin is common and worth only 25 cents. The truth lies somewhere in between, and understanding that truth could help you identify a genuinely collectible coin. To appreciate this quarter, we first need to travel back to the late 1960s. America was experiencing enormous social, political, and technological changes. At the same time, the United States Mint was dealing with a nationwide coin shortage. Collectors were removing older silver coins from circulation because rising silver prices made them more valuable than their face value. As millions of silver quarters disappeared from circulation, the mint worked around the clock to produce enough new coins for everyday commerce. The Washington quarter had already become one of America's most recognizable coins. It was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington. What was originally intended as a one-year commemorative coin became so popular that it permanently replaced the standing Liberty quarter. The obverse features a dignified portrait of America's first president designed by sculptor John Flanagan. On the reverse, an eagle proudly spreads its wings while standing on a bundle of arrows surrounded by olive branches, symbolizing both military strength and peace. By 1965, one of the biggest changes in American coinage history took place. Rising silver prices forced the United States Mint to remove silver from circulating quarters. Instead of 90% silver, quarters were now struck using a copper core covered by outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. The 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark belongs to this new clad era. Although it contains no silver, that does not mean every example is ordinary. One question confuses collectors more than almost any other. Why does a 1968 quarter have no mint mark? The answer is surprisingly simple. During 1968, the Philadelphia Mint still produced quarters without placing a mint mark on them. Therefore, if your 1968 Washington quarter has no mint mark, it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This is completely normal and does not automatically make the coin rare. Even though millions of these coins were produced, condition plays an enormous role in determining value. Most 1968 Philadelphia quarters entered circulation immediately after leaving the mint. They bought groceries, paid bus fares, filled parking meters, and passed through countless hands over decades. As a result, the majority now show heavy wear, scratches, rim damage, stains, and other signs of circulation. These circulated examples are generally worth only face value unless they contain a significant mint error. Collectors pay premiums for coins that survived in exceptional condition. These high-grade examples often have brilliant original luster, sharp details, clean surfaces, and minimal contact marks. Because so many quarters circulated heavily, finding a superb mint-state example decades later becomes increasingly difficult. This rarity in top condition creates collector demand. Professional grading companies evaluate coins on a 70-point grading scale. A heavily worn coin may receive a low grade, while an uncirculated example can receive grades from mint state 60 all the way to mint state 70. Every small improvement in preservation can dramatically increase value. A coin that appears nearly perfect under magnification may sell for many times more than one, with only a few additional marks. Most circulated 1968 Philadelphia quarters remain worth 25 cents. Attractive uncirculated examples may sell for several dollars depending on their quality. Better mint state examples often sell for tens of dollars. Coins reaching very high certified grades can bring several $100s. The finest known examples certified by major grading services have sold for well over $1,000 because so few survive in elite condition. Auction prices can change over time depending on collector demand, certification, eye appeal, and market conditions. One of the biggest reasons collectors examine every 1968 quarter is the possibility of mint errors. Genuine mint errors occur during the manufacturing process and are highly collectible. They are very different from damage that happens after a coin enters circulation. A double strike occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the dies. This creates overlapping images that can range from subtle to dramatic. Strong double strikes are among the most visually impressive errors and often command substantial premiums. Another popular error is the off-center strike. During production, if the blank planchet is not perfectly centered between the dies, part of the design will be missing while another part remains blank. The farther off-center the strike, while still showing the date, the more desirable the coin often becomes. Collectors also search for clipped planchets. These occur when the metal strip feeding the blanking press overlaps a previously punched hole, creating an incomplete blank with a curved section missing. Because the clip forms before striking, the missing portion displays distinctive characteristics that experts recognize. Die cracks and die breaks develop after the dies begin wearing out from striking thousands of coins. These cracks leave raised lines or raised areas on finished coins. Larger die breaks can create dramatic raised metal known as cut errors, which many collectors actively seek. Broad strikes happen when the retaining collar fails to hold the coin during striking. Without the collar, the coin spreads outward, producing an unusually wide appearance with missing or distorted rims. Filled dies represent another interesting error. When grease or debris fills recessed portions of the die, certain design elements fail to strike properly, leaving weak or missing details. While minor filled die errors are common, dramatic examples attract stronger collector interest. One mistake many beginners make is confusing post-mint damage with genuine mint errors. Scratches, dents, hammer marks, drill holes, chemical cleaning, environmental corrosion, and machine damage after circulation usually reduce value instead of increasing it. Learning this difference can save collectors from expensive mistakes. Another important feature to inspect is the coin's original surface. Many people polish or clean old coins hoping to increase value. Unfortunately, cleaning almost always lowers collector interest. Original surfaces with natural luster are much more desirable than artificially bright coins. Professional collectors usually prefer untouched examples even if they appear slightly toned. Speaking of toning, some 1968 quarters develop beautiful natural colors after decades of storage. Blues, golds, oranges, violets, and subtle rainbow shades sometimes appear through natural oxidation. When the colors are genuine and attractive, beautifully toned coins can sell for significant premiums because every naturally toned coin is unique. Storage also matters tremendously. Coins kept loose inside drawers, jars, or pockets collect scratches from constant contact with other objects. Coins preserved in original mint sets, albums, or protective holders often survive in much higher condition. This explains why some examples remain nearly flawless after decades while others appear heavily worn. If you discover a beautiful 1968 quarter without a mint mark, examine it carefully under bright lighting. Look for strong original luster, crisp details, minimal scratches, and any unusual striking characteristics. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the lettering, date, rim, and eagle for possible errors. Many collectors eventually submit exceptional coins to professional grading companies. Certification provides authentication, assigns an official grade, protects the coin inside a tamper-evident holder, and increases buyer confidence during resale. While grading costs money, it may be worthwhile for coins that appear to be high-grade or feature significant mint errors. The popularity of the Washington Quarter series continues to grow because it offers something for every collector. Beginners can build affordable date sets, while advanced collectors pursue rare varieties, top population examples, spectacular toners, and dramatic errors. The 1968 Philadelphia issue represents an important chapter in America's transition from silver to modern clad coinage. Another fascinating aspect of coin collecting is the detective work involved. Every coin tells a story. Some spent decades changing hands across America before landing in a collection. Others remained untouched inside government packaging since the day they were struck. Their journey influences both their appearance and value. Many viral internet posts claim every 1968 quarter without a mint mark is worth thousands of dollars. These headlines attract attention but rarely explain the complete picture. In reality, most examples remain common. Extraordinary value usually depends on exceptional preservation, rare mint errors, outstanding eye appeal, or unusually high certified grades. Understanding these factors helps collectors separate fact from fiction. If you're searching through rolls of quarters from your local bank, don't ignore 1968 coins simply because they lack silver. While most will be ordinary, finding an outstanding uncirculated example or a legitimate mint error can still be exciting. Patience is one of the greatest skills in coin collecting. Experienced collectors recommend checking every detail carefully. Compare the coin with reliable reference images, avoid cleaning it, handle it only by the edges, and store promising finds in protective holders. Even small steps like these help preserve future value. Over the decades, the Washington quarter has become more than just a 25-cent piece. It represents American history, changing metal compositions, evolving mint technology, and the passion of millions of collectors worldwide. Every year, new enthusiasts enter the hobby hopping to make an exciting discovery, and many begin with common circulation finds exactly like the 1968 quarter. Perhaps the greatest lesson this coin teaches is that knowledge creates opportunity. Two people may hold identical quarters in their hands. One spends it without looking. The other examines it carefully and recognizes a valuable high-grade example or a rare mint error. The difference isn't luck alone. It's education. So the next time you receive change at a store, take a closer look before dropping those quarters into your pocket. That ordinary-looking 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark may simply be worth 25 cents, or it could possess the condition, originality, or mint error that collectors have been searching for. Thank you for watching Rare X Coin Asterisk. If you enjoyed learning about the fascinating 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow coin collectors. Tell us in the comments whether you've ever found a 1968 quarter in your pocket change and what condition it was in. Keep checking your coins, keep learning, and remember that the next rare treasure could already be hiding in your collection. We'll see you in the next exciting episode of Rare X Coin Asterisk. Next up, what if the next coin worth thousands of dollars is already sitting inside an old coin jar, hidden in a forgotten drawer, or mixed with ordinary pocket change? Today, we're uncovering one of the most misunderstood coins in American history, a coin that millions of people have seen, but only a few collectors truly understand. The 1970 Washington quarter with the D mint mark may look completely ordinary at first glance, but certain examples have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars because of condition, rare varieties, and minting mistakes. Before you spend another quarter, watch this entire video, because one tiny detail could completely change the value of the coin in your hand. Let's dive into the fascinating story behind the 1970 D Washington quarter. The asterisk 1970 D Washington quarter is one of the classic coins from America's modern coinage era. Although billions of Washington quarters have been produced since the series began in 1932, every year tells a different story. The 1970 D quarter represents a unique period in United States history when the country was experiencing dramatic social, political, and economic changes. While astronauts explored space and America entered a new decade, the Denver Mint was producing millions of quarters that would circulate across the nation for everyday commerce. At first glance, most people assume every 1970 D quarter is worth only 25 cents. That assumption causes valuable coins to remain unnoticed in collections, piggy banks, inherited jars, and bank rolls. While the majority of these quarters remain common, certain examples have become highly desirable because of exceptional preservation, rare mint errors, and outstanding strike quality. The Washington Quarter series honors America's first president, George Washington. His portrait has appeared on the quarter since 1932, replacing the earlier standing Liberty Quarter design. The original design was created by renowned sculptor John Flanagan to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Although intended as a commemorative issue, the design proved so popular that it became the permanent quarter design. The obverse features George Washington facing left with remarkable simplicity and dignity. Around the portrait appears the word Liberty across the top. The motto, "In God We Trust," appears on the left side beneath Washington's chin, while the date, 1970, is positioned below the portrait. To the right of the date is the small D mint mark, identifying production at the Denver Mint. The reverse features an impressive eagle standing proudly with outstretched wings perched upon a bundle of arrows. Olive branches curve beneath the eagle, symbolizing peace balanced with military strength. Above the eagle appears United States of America, while EPLURIBUS UNUM is displayed across the upper center. At the bottom is the denomination, quarter dollar. The Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark, has played a vital role in American coin production for well over a century. By 1970, Denver possessed advanced coining equipment capable of producing enormous quantities of circulating coinage. During that year, the mint struck over 417 million Washington quarters, making the 1970 D one of the higher mintage issues of its era. Because of this large production, circulated examples remain very common today. However, collectors know that quantity does not eliminate rarity. Coins preserved in exceptional condition or displaying unusual characteristics can command remarkable premiums. One major reason collectors pursue the 1970 D quarter is quality. Most quarters entered circulation immediately after leaving the mint. They experienced decades of wear from cash registers, vending machines, pockets, and banks. Finding a perfectly preserved example today is surprisingly difficult. Professional grading companies evaluate coins using the internationally recognized Sheldon grading scale, ranging from poor 1 to mint state 70. Higher grades represent coins with superior preservation, stronger luster, fewer contact marks, and sharper details. A circulated 1970 D quarter generally sells for only face value or a slight premium. Extremely fine examples may bring a few dollars. About uncirculated examples can sell for several dollars more depending on eye appeal. The real excitement begins with mint state coins. An MS-63 example typically brings modest collector value. MS-64 coins become increasingly desirable. At MS-65, prices rise considerably because fewer examples survive without significant marks. Gem quality MS-66 coins become much scarcer. Superb MS-67 examples have sold for hundreds of dollars. The finest certified specimens, especially those graded MS-67 Plus or higher by major grading services, have reached well into the thousands of dollars during competitive auctions, because registry collectors compete aggressively for the very best known examples. Why does condition matter so much? Every tiny scratch, nick, or mark affects rarity. Since quarters were stacked together in heavy mint bags, they frequently struck one another before entering circulation. Those contact marks reduce the number of coins capable of achieving elite grades decades later. Luster also plays a huge role. Original mint luster creates a beautiful cartwheel effect when light rotates across the coin's surface. Collectors pay significant premiums for untouched original surfaces. Strike quality is another critical factor. Not every coin leaves the dies with equal sharpness. Some 1970D quarters display weak hair details above Washington's ear or softness in the eagle's feathers. Fully struck examples attract greater collector demand. Collectors should also inspect the rims. Complete, strong rims indicate superior striking pressure during production. Now let's discuss one of the most exciting areas of modern coin collecting: mint errors. Mint errors occur when something unexpected happens during production. Off-center strikes happen when the blank planchet is improperly positioned before striking. Depending on the percentage off-center and whether the full date remains visible, these coins can become highly valuable. Double strikes occur when the coin receives two impressions instead of one. Broad strikes happen without the retaining collar, producing unusually wide coins lacking normal rims. Clipped planchets occur when the metal blank is improperly cut from the strip. Lamination errors appear when impurities inside the metal, separate from the coin's surface. Die cracks develop as mint dies wear over time, creating raised lines across finished coins. Die chips leave raised blobs of metal in various locations. Cuds form when a portion of the die breaks away near the rim. Filled dies can produce missing letters or weak design elements. Grease-filled dies sometimes cause portions of the design to disappear temporarily. Misaligned dies create uneven striking pressure. Wrong planchet errors occur when a quarter design is accidentally struck on a blank intended for another denomination. These rare mistakes often become extremely valuable because very few escape the mint. Among all mint errors, dramatic examples certified by professional grading services usually bring the strongest prices. Collectors should also look for die varieties. A die variety differs from a mint error because it originates from the die itself rather than an accident during striking. Hub doubling can create doubled letters, numbers, or design elements. Genuine doubled dies are highly collectible and must be distinguished from mechanical doubling, which carries little premium. Machine doubling appears flat and shelf-like, while true doubled dies show rounded, separated design elements. Learning the difference can save collectors from costly mistakes. Another important factor affecting value is originality. Cleaning a coin almost always reduces collector value. Many beginners polish old coins hoping to improve appearance. Unfortunately, cleaning removes original surfaces and often creates hairline scratches visible under magnification. Professional graders usually identify cleaned coins immediately. Natural tunning, however, can increase desirability. Over decades, coins stored in certain environments develop beautiful shades of blue, gold, violet, orange, and green. Attractive rainbow tunning often commands strong premiums if completely natural. Storage also matters. Coins protected in holders shortly after leaving circulation usually retain stronger surfaces than those stored loosely. Temperature, humidity, fingerprints, and improper handling gradually reduce quality. Always hold collectible coins by their edges. Never rub them with cloths or chemicals. If you discover an unusually nice 1970D quarter, consider placing it inside a protective coin holder immediately. Many collectors wonder whether silver versions exist. The regular 1970D Washington quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy. It contains an outer layer of copper-nickel bonded to a pure copper core. Unlike quarters produced before 1965, it contains no silver for circulation. However, silver-proof quarters were produced separately for collectors at the San Francisco Mint in special proof sets, but those are different coins and do not carry the Denver D mint mark. One fascinating aspect of collecting modern quarters is population rarity. Although hundreds of millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survives in top certified grades today. Registry collectors seek the highest graded examples available. When only a handful exist in elite grades, bidding competition becomes intense. Auction records consistently demonstrate how condition dramatically changes value. An average circulated coin may spend for only face value. An attractive mint state example may sell for tens of dollars. A premium gem can reach hundreds. The very finest certified examples have realized several $1,000s at major auctions because collectors compete fiercely for the best-known survivors. These remarkable prices often surprise people who assumed modern quarters had little value. Searching for valuable quarters can become an exciting hobby. Many collectors begin by examining pocket change, inherited collections, estate sales, flea markets, bank rolls, and unopened mint sets. Patience is essential. Finding an extraordinary coin rarely happens overnight. Knowledge becomes your greatest advantage. Learning grading standards, understanding strike quality, recognizing errors, and identifying original surfaces greatly improves your chances of discovering hidden treasures. Professional authentication is recommended for coins that appear unusual or exceptionally well preserved. Major grading companies verify authenticity, assign grades, and encapsulate coins in protective holders that increase buyer confidence. Certification also makes selling valuable coins much easier. When purchasing expensive coins, buy from reputable dealers with strong reputations. Research recent auction results before making significant purchases. Never rely solely on internet claims promising every old coin is worth thousands. Many exaggerated videos overlook the fact that exceptional value depends on rarity, preservation, certification, and collector demand. The 1970 D Washington quarter perfectly illustrates this reality. Most examples remain ordinary circulating coins. Yet a small percentage possess qualities that transform them into highly sought-after collectibles. That possibility continues, attracting new collectors every year. Perhaps the greatest appeal of coin collecting is that history fits into the palm of your hand. Every coin has traveled through countless cities, businesses, and families. Each scratch tells a story. Each preserved mint state coin represents a tiny survivor from decades ago. The next time you receive change, pause before spending it. Look carefully at every quarter. Check the date. Find the mint mark. Inspect the condition. Search for unusual features. That ordinary-looking coin might become the most valuable discovery in your collection. And who knows? The next incredible 1970 D Washington quarter could already be waiting inside your home. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, make sure to subscribe to Rare X Coin, turn on notifications, and leave a comment telling us whether you've ever found an unusual Washington quarter. Every week we explore hidden treasures, valuable mint errors, rare varieties, and remarkable auction discoveries that could help you identify the next great coin hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next exciting episode of Rare X Coin